Hi, Spartan Engineers. I'm Jane Ivarian with the Center, and we're going to talk about offer management. Specifically, we're going to talk about how you can manage your offers with some strategic thinking, a collaborative mindset, and maybe a little bit of Who logic. So this session contains three parts. Part one, we'll talk about what's in an offer. Part two, we'll talk about negotiation. And then part three, we'll wrap up with just a few more resources that might help you with offer management. So before we start talking about what's in an offer, I want to talk a little bit about the job search mindset and the offer management mindset. Because this relates to your job search, many of you move through a very active job search with lots of applications being sent out, maybe multiple interviews. And that's a slightly different mindset, because that's all about sharing the value of your skills and experiences. You're really trying to provide proof that you can add value to the company. So the job search mindset is a little bit like a pick me mindset, kind of like all the hands that you see on the slide here. So when you're in that pick me or job search mindset, you get an offer, it's super exciting, and you may be tempted to accept immediately. So I would say resist that impulse. Shift over to the offer management mindset, which is really about strategically taking a little bit more time, making sure that you carefully review that offer package. And there might be some other things that you want to spend some time thinking about and reviewing and researching. So let's talk about what's in an offer. Many HR folks call this the total rewards package. I call it the offer package. It's really about the value you're going to get for the work you do for that company. And it includes things like salary, benefits like healthcare benefits, dental benefits, vision, those kinds of things. Maybe retirement plans, maybe stock options, personal time off. Every company is a little bit different in terms of what's in their total rewards package. And it's all about you spending some time taking a look at that. The other thing that may be very important for you, particularly if you have a wide search, so you've sent applications across the country, there are two terms that I think are really important here. There's cost of labor and cost of living. Cost of labor is determined by supply and demand of labor, and it's determined by the company. It's really what they want to pay you. Cost of living measures the required costs to maintain a certain standard of living within a geographic location. Sometimes the cost of labor and the cost of living don't align. So it's really important. Find a good cost of living comparison website and get some help on this. I really like the Forbes Cost of Living Advisor. And rather than talk about that, I want to show it to you. So we're on the Forbes site right now, and we're taking a look at its cost of living calculator. And what I did is pre-populated it. So I put in an annual salary of $80,000 for Detroit, Michigan. And then I said, I want to live in Sunnyvale. So how much money do I need to make in Sunnyvale that would give me a similar standard of living? Well, I need to make almost $176,000 a year. The cost of living is 54% higher in Sunnyvale. The other thing Forbes will give you is information about housing and some other expenses. So you can see the housing cost is 350% higher in Sunnyvale than Detroit. These numbers are astounding. So this is worth your time. Spend a little bit of time taking a look at cost of living calculators. They can really help you with the decision making. Okay. So there are other things that are important here. Specifically, what do you value? You've got your total rewards package. Maybe you've taken a look, hopefully you've taken a look at the cost of labor and cost of living and done some calculations. You also need to ask yourself, what's important to you? Is the most important thing about the job work-life balance? Well, then that's important. Is it about the location you'll be in? Is it about the specific job? Is it about professional advancement? Only you can answer these questions. Only you have the answers. So spend a little bit of time thinking about that offer. What does it mean for you? What do you want to do? What do you value? Do your due diligence. All right, let's talk about negotiation. There are two most common negotiated items. One is offer deadline extension, and the other one is compensation. I would say the best mindset for negotiation is a strategic and collaborative mindset. This is really all about finding middle ground. You're trying to find what's best for you and also the company. It's not adversarial. Negotiation is not adversarial. It is about trying to find what's best for both parties. So let's dive in a little deeper. Offer deadline extension. This usually happens because you're in the middle of a really active job search. Maybe you've got upcoming interviews that you definitely want to honor. Maybe your dream company hasn't gotten back to you yet. For whatever reason, you just might need more time. It's okay to ask. Be honest with your ask and be professional, be polite, be respectful when you ask for an extension. We've got some sample messaging that you can use, and you can find that on our website. So the other negotiated point is often compensation. Hiring, raises, and promotions are centered in value. That's really important to remember. So if you are going to ask for more salary, you can't just ask and say, I want more salary just because. You've got to spend a little bit of time doing some research. So you can collect data from external sources like Glassdoor or payscale.com. Even LinkedIn has information about average salary. You're really trying to get an understanding of the prevailing wage for that job. The other thing you can do is find some internal data. So we at the College of Engineering have average salaries that you can access, even broken down by major. So do some research, collect the data. The thing I will tell you about this, though, is most of the time the company has access to this data as well. When you're thinking about asking for more salary, the thing that's really important here is valuation and alignment. It's all about your unique differentiators. So even if all you're doing is just reminding the company of your skills, your experiences that relate to that job, you just want to build your list of value points. You've got to have evidence that you're providing that make it worth it to the company to pay you a little bit more. And always, always be respectful when you make this request. Again, I'm going to come back to this. You're just trying to find middle ground, something that works for both you and the company. The other thing I want to mention has to do with internships. It's really hard typically to get more salary for an internship. Why? It's because you are considered the primary beneficiary. You're the learner. The company is giving you an opportunity to enhance your skills. So it doesn't happen very often that you can get more salary for an internship. Sometimes for entry-level full-time jobs, that's the case as well, because a company may have a very specific salary point or range that you can come in at. I still think it's worth negotiating. You have to get used to this process because for raises and promotions in your future, you are typically going to have to provide evidence that you've added value. It's worth it for the company to pay you more. So getting comfortable with negotiation may start now. Go ahead and try it. You really have nothing to lose. Okay, the other thing I want to mention is outreach and communication that you might be doing related to negotiation. You can get a little bit of help from AI, specifically ChatGPT. So right here, what you see on the screen, I just asked ChatGPT to create a draft of a note I would send to request an offer deadline extension. it did a pretty good job in like 5 seconds. And I spent just a little bit of time editing and customizing. So you can use ChatGPT or any other chatbot to help you with this. Finally, what I want to share with you is we have lots of offer management resources available. We have an offer management guide. There's negotiation information and offer management information in Chapter 9 of WhoLogic. And most importantly, you can schedule time with the center staff. We have a lot of experience working with students on negotiation and offer management issues. So reach out to us, we can help you. We're at careers.egr.msu.edu. I hope this session was helpful for you. I hope you learned a little bit more about offer management, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.